So welcome to episode 4 of 4?
Yep.
4 of Podspill. Thought this was 5.
A new podcast.
Seems like we've been doing this
For a long time.
for a very long time.
And we're so good at it.
We're very good.
The best.
And I won't recount to you what happened this morning when we showed up at Soren's. I feel like that'd be a very painful and embarrassing memory for him.
Hi, Tyon.
He was very
He
tired.
wouldn't remember because he was asleep.
And Malcolm and I were outside for a very long time, eating our breakfast and talking about how much of an asshole Soren is. So today, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to preview some topics for us, because now people kind of have like a format. They're like, oh, they're going to get to this, and it's going to be exciting. We're going to listen along. First, we might talk about the launch of, maybe we're going to do a website, put that on there. It might be kind of cool. We're going to talk about Nazis and how they don't like Wolfenstein. Go figure.
Makes sense.
Weird. We're talking about Battlefront 2.
The beta.
The beta. I played it.
I played it.
Malcolm played it.
I have not played
Soren
it.
has not played it.
Nope.
Did you play any of the original Battlefronts?
Yeah, I played
Okay,
it.
so he has a frame of reference.
For sure.
We'll talk about, of course, I got to put PUBG in there as well. Earlier this morning, we're recording at 9 o'clock on a Sunday. Earlier this morning, Star Wars said that they're going to drop a new trailer. We'll probably talk predictions and just be nerds about that. And I think we'll probably end, maybe. Of course, we like to go off on tangents. We'll probably end with Blade Runner 2049, because it did not do very well at the box office. So,
Let's do it.
alright, so we want to talk about the website then?
Yeah.
Take it away.
So, I guess I'm trying to get some stuff on Squarespace going. It's podspill.com right now, which is pretty great that the domain name is there.
Absolutely.
But I think the idea of the website is to start posting like articles that relate to certain like game reviews or new gaming news that's coming out, or movie reviews or other things that kind of we want to take our, give our creative spin on. And then each of us would be uploading different content kind of whenever. So I assume with like the three of us, we could probably get like every other day upload different stuff or something like that, just so that the website has some fresh content weekly. So that's pretty exciting. It's kind of one of the first stories that I'm thinking about working on. I don't know if you guys have started thinking, but
A couple things.
I want to talk about why I like Majora's Mask. How I think it's one of the underrated Zelda franchises. So I've been thinking about kind of why I like it and why it's a good game and other aspects of it that hopefully will translate well in a fun article.
Yeah, I think that's cool. Like, I've never like had like a real like medium, like, I don't know, or like a platform, I guess, like write on. So I think that this is kind of cool. Like, it's shit that I care about. The only writing I've done like the past ever has been fucking academic writing.
Yeah,
I'm fucking
It's
tired
the
of
best
it.
writing.
It's the best writing, and in no way does it make me want to do bad things. So that's that. I think we'll, I don't know, probably next week or two. Probably,
Yeah,
for
probably.
sure have it up.
I'll probably be doing all the design stuff this week, and
Cool.
then the week after is probably when I'll try and launch it with full access and all that fun stuff.
Very cool. But yeah, so I mean, this is kind of cool. Like, initially this was just going to be a podcast thing where we just, talk about, I don't know, stupid geek shit that we like. Now it's kind of turned into more of a media platform, kind of, and I think that's pretty awesome. It's becoming a bigger thing. Taking that transition.
We're adapting. We're evolving.
We're evolving. The evolution is taken very quick. It's been 4 episodes now.
Well, in this cutthroat media world,
yeah,
you gotta adapt.
Gotta move fast. Gotta go fast.
Nothing but business.
We'll go ahead and make a transition over. Just wanted to plug that.
So much money. Doing nothing.
Yeah,
And by that I mean you make zero money.
that's
doing
true.
so much.
It's going to be very sad.
We need sponsors.
Yeah. And I'll go ahead and plug. We're also on Twitter. You can follow us. What is it? At Peacebill?
Yes, Peacebill.
At Peacebill. Like Podspill, because that's the name of our podcast. So you can follow us there, learn about all the things we're doing. Really, we just tweet about podcasts. But then we'll have articles we can do too.
And I shitpost, so there's
Soren likes to shitpost.
A lot.
a lot.
He loves it. He sends memes to our group chat.
Literally the
All the
best
time.
thing in the world. I've tried to refrain from posting all the really good ones.
The really quote
But,
unquote good ones.
It's been tough.
Jesus.
I
Alright.
send them to myself now, just so
Just-
like I have like a record of good memes that I can always go back to look at.
He has a whole stockpile of
Yeah.
real dank memes. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, I guess we'll kind of make the switch or the segue into gaming. So, Malcolm, you wanted to talk about this. Wolfenstein 2 is making Nazis really mad
Yeah.
for some reason.
The slogan, "Make America Nazi Free Again," has apparently upset certain Nazis in the United
Certain
States
Nazis.
of
No.
America.
That's weird.
This quote. So Bethesda responded after the Nazis got really mad. This is current day, by the way, just to make sure that's clear. It's disturbing that Wolfenstein can be considered a controversial political statement. And then he says, Wolfenstein has been decidedly anti-Nazi series since the first release more than 20 years ago.
Yeah.
We aren't going to shy away from what the game is about. We don't feel it's a reach for us to say Nazis are bad and un-American, and we're not worried about being on the right side of history here. Does Wolfenstein need to be more sensitive to Nazis, guys?
Absolutely
Nazis' little
not.
snowflake feelings?
Punch fucking Nazis.
Punch them in the
Punch
face.
them. Stomp them. Absolutely not.
American History X style right there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just... Without, I mean, okay, I know we don't want to make this like a political thing, and it's weird that like I even had to preface this by saying let's not make it political, but like, gosh, just
Well,
fucking, I
That's
just wish Nazis would go away.
I know, but the thing is, like, it shouldn't even be political talking about Nazis because everyone should know they're fucking horrible people. But
Yes.
somehow there's good people among them,
Somehow.
and
Yes.
ergo they're allowed to just act like they're real people. Which, sorry if I dehumanize Nazis, but I think that they are probably one of those groups of people that don't deserve that.
Jesus.
But needless to say, I don't think people should be getting pissed off at Wolfenstein 2.
Right,
Of
which-
all things to be talking about, maybe like Charlottesville would be the thing they'd still be talking about. But I guess we're moving on to video games instead.
In video games.
So the Nazi debate has moved from like a national stage to, hey, there's this game coming out that's like not making us look good. Like, is that what their priority list is?
Yeah.
It's just
Protesting.
It's a bad look.
It's
to be getting
ridiculous.
murdered.
So there's so Malcolm linked to this Newsweek article, which is and so here's some tweets. Okay, so the tweet from Wolfenstein, that's the account, is "Make America Nazi Free Again." Hashtag No More Nazis. Hashtag Wolf2. And there's probably some sort of picture, but it didn't load. I don't know. Basically, this is showing the replies. So someone says, "Oh wow, what a clever marketing trick. Tapping into hysterical leftist power fantasy. So current. So subtly political. Wow. Go, all one word, fuck yourselves."
Are you
They
serious?
ran out of characters there. I think that's what happened.
And so, what the fuck?
I don't
It's a
know.
People
very
are-
leftist thing, not like Nazis, guys.
I just felt like it was a human thing. And then someone else says, "Way to make it political, not buy-in." Stop. And then this is the last one.
Are you serious?
Cool.
These are real, yeah.
Cool. Didn't know Bethesda teamed with SJWs and Antifa. And it's like, what do you mean? Why is it fucking bad to
the
hate Nazis?
hell?
Stop. Stop it.
Jesus. So what?
Ugh.
So they're like, boy, I hope I get the German side when I play Call of Duty World 2.
I mean, right? Yeah, like, man, it never spawns me as a Nazi, man. God, why?
I don't know.
Why?
Their marketing's been on point, though. Have you guys seen any of the trailers or anything for Wolfenstein 2?
I'm not.
It looks really good. And they keep doing these, like, random clips. Like, the next tweet they put out was, "Are you feeling tired of the rigors of daily life? You might be feeling..." And then it's a German word. I can't pronounce it. But they, like, just doing these little clips of, like, teaching you German. Like, what they would do with, like, propaganda television.
Gotcha.
It's pretty good.
Have you guys seen that video of where they like compare certain German words with the rest of like the languages around the world?
No.
So like, I don't know if you say, I don't know, some words sound kind of similar throughout all the languages.
Sure.
But once you get to German, it's just like anger, and that just it doesn't sound like everyone else's. So it was really funny to watch all these different languages say kind of the same thing, and then German's completely different.
Completely different, yeah.
People who study German, I was always just like, wow, good for you, because that is a very hard language to get down. It's not really similar to anything else. You can't really reference. You just get to learn everything new. But Chinese and Japanese and the rest of those, you get to learn double.
I just found more comments about this. Sorry, this one's good. So the original comment was, "Looks good, but I hope they can improve the gore effects and add some more gruesome death sounds like Red Orchestra 2 did. That's kind of weird. Can't wait to kill as many Nazis and Klansmen scum as humanly possible." The comment on the comment is, "One day I hope you wake up and understand they are in fact the good guys. You have been lied to your entire life through massive propaganda campaigns and constant brainwashing techniques." These are real people.
I just gotta read one more because I'm upset. This is something else. This is from the Newsweek article. "Why must politics be put into everything? It's just getting tiring. That's why I play games to get away from that garbage." And it's some meme with Pepe the Frog and just...
Are they talking about Wolfenstein 2?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. Yeah. And so, like, trying to examine his statement, like, I just think people that say it's like, why does everything have to be political? It's like, because everything is political, like, whether we make it or not.
People view it through that lens.
Yeah, like, that perspective is always there. Like, that's, I mean, to me, like, I don't think I make things political. I think there's, like, in every action and every, like, piece of art or whatever where I think I consider games art, like, I feel like there always will be that political statement, especially with fucking Wolfenstein, like they're, they're talking about, like, a dystopian... Is it kind of like a dystopian future? Is that the premise where it's
Nazis
won.
Taking over.
Okay.
Yeah, basically
like high-tech Nazis.
Yeah, they do Man in the High Castle, but, like, way cooler.
Okay, got it.
And way before.
Okay. Because I played, I think it was the Wolfenstein before, like, the last one. The Old
Order?
Blood? No.
Yeah.
It was New Order, and Old Blood was, like
the DLC.
It was some kind of DLC, but I think it was a complete game.
Yeah. They did, like,
I don't know which one I played.
I don't know. This one looks insane. The graphics look great. The gameplay looks great.
Whoever's like, I want more gore, that's a lot, because, like, the first Nazi you meet, who's like a doctor evil guy, he, like, puts you in a room and like incinerates your friends or something, or like there's just one scene where you're just locked in a room and shit goes south and there's just, like, gore everywhere. And I was like, oh, this is a really intense game. So wanting more gore to me seems a little excessive, just because there was so much to begin with.
Yeah. So I played. Again, it was like New Order or Old Blood or something like that, on PC. I just played it pretty recently. It was probably, like, some of the most fun that I had. Like,
the shooting's really good.
It is really good.
Which makes you wonder why Bethesda can't simply port some of that over to
It
Fallout. It makes me very mad when you get, like, Ubisoft's the worst at it. So they'll have, like, Just Cause will have, like, amazing flying mechanics, and then they'll go to Ghost Recon Wildlands, and for the first, like, Eric and I both sold it back in, like, 3 months. But, like, literally you couldn't fly a helicopter because you'd just be going, and it would always be dropping. And then you'd hit a power line and die. Like, cool, great.
Perfect.
But they just, I understand, like, they're obviously, like, in different places and different teams and everything.
Sure.
But you're telling me you can't just call them up and be like, hey, Wolfenstein, you want to give us those shooting codes there?
Right.
Yeah, there were times in, like, Mario games or, like, other Nintendo games where I saw, like, the same mechanics. Like, Rare would do that all the time with their games. Like, if you play Banjo-Kazooie and you play Donkey Kong 64, they're pretty much the same fucking game.
It's awesome.
It's great.
Yeah.
And I like that, but it's just like that's a company that can actually like, hey, yeah, we have other mechanics
it doesn't have to be the
well
same
in other
one.
things.
It just has to be of similar quality,
Yes.
in my opinion.
Yes.
But there's some like I said, if you're
yeah.
gonna do something that bad, just start begging someone to send you over something.
Yeah, I've always thought that too. If you successfully do something else, then it's your property. Just put it somewhere else and let us enjoy it again. Which is what they did with all those fun pirate games that they're coming out with now. Is ever since Assassin's Creed was like, we're gonna do some pirate stuff, everyone's like, oh yeah, full on pirate simulator, let's do it.
I mean, there was those way before Assassin's Creed. Sid Meier's did one that was amazing. You remember Pirates?
I played the.
It was so much fun. If they made a new one with some update, I still play the old one.
Well, that's what that like the new one coming out is that. It's an Xbox exclusive, and it's kind of cartoony, but like it's like this open world sandbox game where everyone's a pirate and like you get your own crew and like you can like betray people, and it's like a
Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves. Yes, that's it. It looks interesting, but I'm not really one for the pirate aesthetic, I guess.
Man, Sid Meier's was so fucking like.
Yeah.
This looks like Fortnite graphics.
Yeah,
and obviously Fortnite took it from. It's very cartoony. I don't really.
It's very cartoony, yeah, for sure.
I'm not a fan of that.
Why did you have to remind me?
Speaking of Mario games,
I have it downloaded. We'll play later.
Okay, we might have to. Fuck. That game was just so much fun.
The Pirates?
Yes, I'm on it right
now. It was
now.
like a train simulator mixed with a pirate simulator mixed with random exploration.
And you could just like kill famous pirates, and you could just like go on land and dig for treasure, and the whole thing is you're trying to find your family because they were enslaved.
I never found the family. I only ever killed pirates.
Oh, I would find members. Actually, I think I found almost every member of my family one time. I'm like, man, I'm making good time.
How many people are in your family?
7.
Holy
yeah, it's a big family.
Yeah. It's like there's this baron guy that was like, fuck you, and enslaved your entire family. And then you're like, no! And then like you ran away.
I'm a pirate now.
And then you became a pirate, and then you're like, guess what? I'm gonna take out that
saved
motherfucker.
my family.
And then you like randomly get married and knighted.
Yeah.
And become a Dutch dude. I always pick the Dutch. I don't really know why.
I pick the Spanish sometimes.
The Spaniards?
Either the Spaniards or the English. God damn, what a fun game. Shit.
There you go, Don.
Welcome to Pirate Cast. We're on.
Very piratey episode.
Yeah, there we go. I think that we should do something with a name on that one.
Segue.
So we'll talk about Battlefront 2. My God. What a fun beta that was.
Intense.
It's been fun watching all the footage from everyone's streams or whatever. It looks really good.
So if y'all haven't played, there are 3 modes. There is, I can't remember the exact name.
Galactic Conquest is the name of one. That's
Galactic
like the
Conquest.
40-person large-scale objective.
Yes. And
like specific objectives moving you towards the end battle.
Right. And that one I had the most fun on, I think. The scenario that you play is, I guess it's set during the Clone Wars, obviously.
Yeah, they're storming the palace on Naboo.
Yes. And I feel like that takes, 20 minutes to complete? 20, 30 minutes to complete, probably?
Wow.
It also reminds you of those terrible droids.
Yes.
And that those were a thing in Star Wars.
Droidicas.
Not even that. You're just like the terrible, shitty Roger ones.
Yes. You can be a super battle mech, too, that can fly.
Yeah, you can do that. And so for this, you get 2, I don't know, heroes, I guess, is what...
Yeah.
So you get to be either Boba Fett, which is not canon, or you can be...
Yeah, that was confusing.
Or you can be Darth Maul, which is still questionable. Holy shit. Pretty fun.
Darth Maul's a savage.
Yes.
Just wrecks people. And then Clone side, you can be Han Solo because
What?
I don't know if that's going to be the official way they lay it out. It kind of seemed like they just wanted to throw some.
Or like, yeah, see this fun character,
Yeah.
can't play with him.
And then you can be a
You can be Rey.
Rey.
Yeah, which is
So the
completely-
clone side's just real messed up.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe throw Qui-Gon or young Obi-Wan or
that would be neat.
Anakin. Yippee!
Oh, boy.
Just him running around. He's like very tiny.
Pilot a Naboo star.
Come on, R2! Just like
There are Naboo starships in the
You-
in the outside portion of
you'd
it.
be
so-
whiny Padme.
Where's the cockpit button?
Looks like it's on autopilot, R2. Disengage and just.
Let's blow up a Trade Federation droid facility, R2.
I liked it when George Lucas put that in the script.
Oh.
He's just very bad at fucking writing.
Because my first time flying, I blew up a starship
That's- yeah.
too.
Yeah, are you the chosen
That's
one?
like
I
the
didn't
worst-
think so.
That's like the worst.
Go count your metachlorians.
That's the worst commercial for Starfighter driver's ed.
You too can blow up a Federation.
First time flying? Well, here's what goes along with that.
I was helped because my father is the Force. Jesus Christ.
Well, I think part of the reason why they're doing as fans of the series, I think that when they do these weird fucking let's have Han Solo command the clone army, which doesn't make sense lore wise. I think they're trying to just make a fun Star Wars game, regardless of sense. Because one of the best modes I thought, at least the one I played a lot, for Battlefront 2 on the old PS2 or whatever other old console you want to play it on, was the Cantina stuff, the Mos Eisley, where you got the heroes versus villains kind of deal, where it was like you choose your multiple different Jedi or whatever, or Sith, and then they just battle it out, and it's just a bunch of different
Well,
Jedi
I mean, they
and
have
Sith
those
killing
modes.
each
It's
other.
just, I think it's frustrating because this is a story-based mode. It's the storming
kind of.
of the Naboo Palace from Episode 1, where
Yeah.
they take over. Like, you're going through the same order where you, there's an invasion party and everything, and then there's just these people. And I honestly just don't like how they did the heroes in general in this. So, what happens is you build up the battle points for doing whatever, like typical dice thing. So either killing people, you
Or
get
playing-
bonus points for staying in your squad, or playing an officer, you get buffs. And then once you hit 3,000, you could either get ships if you were on the outside, special clone trooper, or one of the heroes.
Yeah.
And so I felt like I spent a large chunk of time dealing with Darth Maul and Boba Fett. Like, as soon as one died, they were able to spawn a different one if they had the points. And I just...
Yeah.
I
think it
know.
makes it more frantic, and I had a lot of fun. So I was playing side by side with my friend Justin, and we would lose our shit anytime we would be the clones, and we would see Darth Maul on the other side. We're like, oh fuck, get out of here! Because he just makes it so much more exciting. Whereas and he's harder to take down. I finally got to the point in the game where I could play as Rey on the trooper side. She was fun. Justin was not very good. He listens to this podcast, and I'm gonna have to hear about how it wasn't that bad. No, he was very bad as Rey.
But thanks for listening, Justin.
Thank you for listening. And but yeah, it was just, and the heroes have special abilities. But I agree. I feel like it is kind of unbalanced. And I think right now, God, who makes it?
Dice.
Is it Dice?
Yeah, Dice.
I feel like they're
is
just
the
trying to hook you in, and that's what it did to me. I was like, fuck. This is-
Yeah, I pre-ordered to play the beta early because I was gonna get it. I needed my Star Wars fixes.
So what were the other two modes?
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
I saw
space battle. There's a space battle mode.
Yes.
Which I don't like the base controls, and I haven't really messed with it to see if I can change those. But
I
they
would
remind
say-
me of Elite Dangerous terrible layout. So
Yeah, they need to fix it.
yes,
For me, it was kind of disorienting at first. I eventually got my sea legs, space legs,
Space bearing,
my space legs, and I was able to do okay. So so in this mode, you were playing as the Empire. So you had the TIE Fighter, TIE Interceptor, and TIE Bomber.
yeah,
And then you also you had the Rebel side. So you had
X-wing,
X-wing,
A-wing,
Y-wing.
A-Wing was the last one.
A-Wing.
No, V-Wing.
Yeah.
That's my favorite
And the hero ships on the
That could be in the Clone
on the
Wars,
Empire
right?
side, you had Boba Fett's Slave One.
Yes.
You had Darth Maul's Scimitar.
Really?
Yes, and I was like,
Ooh.
shit. And
You
then
know
on
from that 20-second clip in
Yeah.
episode 1?
on the Rebel side, you had the Millennium Falcon, and then you had I just had Poe Dameron's X-wing,
Yeah.
which was kind of cool.
What was the last mode?
Last one was just... It was
like
basically
strike.
small team objective-based game mode. So the one that they gave you was basically capture flag.
Yes.
But one side was capturing, the other side was just defending. And the so that was the modern trilogy. It was like I think it was supposed to be the new trilogy.
Yeah,
it was the
was.
First Order, yeah.
Yeah. You're
But
on
what was
Maz
kind of
Kanata's
nice
homeworld.
was, so you're going through Maz's castle to get it. It was kind of cool, though, because they had the Wookiees. The Wookiee bowcaster, after they built it up in Episode 7, they did it justice in this. It's a one-shot kill if you charge it. And it charges, so at first it does just, a long blast up, and as you charge it more, it expands the size of the bolt that's being shot at. And I screenshotted this because I couldn't believe it. 33-2, my second game, because I got the Wookiee and I just laid into people. I had 3 times more kills than anyone else on this. The Wookiees are insane.
It seems
God
like
bless the Wookiees.
most of the options to play as upgraded characters, they just wreck. Because I also saw a Darth Maul video that was
As they should
25
be.
kills.
This is much better because so the original issue I had with the one that came out 12 years ago with the exact same name, that makes sense. The Battlefront 2, the heroes, I felt like there was a lot of times you're running across this large open space with Darth Vader on Hoth or something, and you just get killed before you go anywhere.
Yeah, that's
Or
true.
if there's more than one person, since they couldn't obviously compute you force choking and then killing someone and then continue, you just got killed real fast. The heroes on this, unless you're just really garbage, you're gonna get at least 5 kills.
Like Justin.
And the classes feel very different. So the base class was it had a scope on the. So the base class for the Conquest didn't have a scope. The Assault class,
Right.
but on the Strike mode it did have a scope, which was weird to me.
right.
So it's a medium range, but then you got a heavy within a giant
But also,
laser gun.
you are technically a different trooper.
Yeah, which is
You're
nice.
you're the same
Yeah.
class, but you're a different.
You're also
Yeah.
supposed to be allowed to customize
You
certain
can, yeah.
aspects of each
Yes.
class's trooper.
So that's kind of limited. I got quite a few cards though.
Yeah.
Especially after that first game, I leveled up to level 7 in one game. And I just have a bunch of cards, but you get different abilities. So you can throw a debt, and if the card I got, it seemed like they were limited because I got this on every class. If you blew it up in the air, you did way more damage than you did if it landed. But it was pretty cool. The Wookiees explosive. It causes it was weird. It would explode, condense, and then make a bigger explosion.
It sounds
It's a weird It's not a thermal detonator, but it could have been the thermal detonator.
No. There's one power up you get in Battlefront, the one that was just released, the one that was released a while ago. It was a thermal imploder or something.
That's what it
that.
is.
Yeah.
It was super cool
Yeah.
though, and the graphics are. absolutely
Yeah, the
stunning.
graphics are
They're
what's really
insane.
getting me too.
The leaves are beautiful, as I learned on Kotaku
Oh,
with their
boy.
hard-hitting journalism.
The structure of the Naboo is probably going to be
we'll do
looking
that.
pretty good. I don't know. Everything I've seen, this is, but this is what happened last time. Everyone was so hyped for it, and everyone enjoyed it. But I don't think the difference between this time and last time is I think the beta and the gameplay is actually being more universally accepted than the last time. I think when people got to play the beta last time, it was it's cool, but the servers were a problem. I couldn't get into games.
Yeah.
The actual gameplay wasn't that crazy intense, and you died a lot.
This seemed like they learned their lessons.
Yes.
With this one.
You can't just shove out a Star Wars
Yeah.
game
They're
and
like,
expect it to work.
we can make this better, and I appreciate that they're
Free
Yeah.
DLC too. That's
Really?
the big thing. Yeah. So I think Rainbow Six
That's
Siege, for all
big.
its faults, made it clear that if you continually support a game, it can work. Since it's still
Yeah.
one of the top played and top streamed games
Yeah.
after like 3 years, 2 years, and
That's
it's
cool.
a Ubisoft game, so that's
Yeah.
saying something.
Yeah.
Um,
They really haven't been at the tippy top dog list in a while.
no.
But good for them. And
Yeah.
but speaking of being on tippy top dog, Assassin's Creed's coming out too. But
So apparently there's loot in this one and a leveling system. But they said the issue is the loot is the limiting factor. So if you don't have good enough equipment, you're not going to be able to progress in the main story.
yeah, I heard there was loot boxes too. But I mean, if anyone just has an extra $800 laying around, they can just get that Origins edition or whatever and probably get a super good
I
advantage
need to.
on
I need
that,
to see what's going to be
that
in this.
leveling up.
Are we talking about the Dawn of the Creed edition?
Yeah, I think so. The 800, the $799.99.
Okay, let's see. Here's what you're getting. 28-inch Bayek statue. That's the character's name, apparently. Certificate of authenticity comes with that.
I was like, there's another element I don't know.
4 lithographs, a collector's edition season pass, a steelbook gold edition, a regular steelbook, the soundtrack and art book. All this sounds like it costs like $50 so far. Map and art cards, premium eagle skull amulet, premium eagle, a Desert Cobra in-game pack, a naval mission, and pre-order mission. I am so this statue must be made out of like gold that's been painted. Is what I'm taking away because 800 club units. Oh, you can earn 800 Ubisoft club units, and yeah. So make sure you pre-order that now.
Do you think this is the last Assassin's Creed game?
No,
No.
not even close.
Okay.
Why they sell?
Yeah.
They just sell like
I don't know. To me, it just makes sense that they'd end with the origin,
No.
since like the ending really people. I don't know. The ending for me, the story in the real world with like Desmond and all that was always way less interesting than whatever historical fantasy adaptation of history that you get to play in. Because I never thought like Desmond's story or any other who are they called? It's not Osmotic. What's that machine called that they use?
Animus.
The Animus, yeah. Any Animus subjects actually had any real depth besides being Subject 17 or like just generic workers.
I haven't seen like anything about Assassin's Creed since I sold the third one very shortly after purchasing it.
The third one was not. I played it, so disappointed, and that's when I was like, I'm pretty done with this franchise.
I played one of them, and I was like, huh.
Which one did you play?
The one where you were a Native American child.
Oh,
That's the third
yeah,
one.
that sucks. The third
I
one
played
was
that
not-
one, and I was like,
The whole
I'm
thing
done.
was, yeah.
I'm already done with this franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I never fucking got it.
Yeah.
I never got it.
I thought the first. So I think the first one was kind of like Hitman Blood Money. Did you guys ever play that?
Mm-mm.
So
I've seen people play it though.
You would show up in your in the mission, like it'd be free roam, and then you get to the mission, and it'd be like, okay, there's like 6 ways to kill this dude. Have fun. And then the second one just went open world for everything.
Yeah.
And the second one I think is the best because you can also
Yeah.
like purchase upgrades for
Yeah,
your
you, like-
assassins hangout where all the G's got together.
Yeah.
And then the third one, there's like what 4 between number
There's
2 and
two-
3
there's-
because that makes sense.
I think there was Revelation and there was
Was
Brotherhood. I think that was
When
it.
did Unity come out?
Unity came out way after. Unity
Did it?
came after Black Flag.
If you say so.
Unity, and there was another one that sucked ass that was like around Unity's time.
Syndicate.
Syndicate. Both of those were pretty big flops. And then they were like, we're going to take a break and come back with this Egypt story.
Well,
we
remember
don't know how
that
to make games anymore.
Yeah.
the flop still outsold most video games, I believe, because they were Assassin's Creed.
Oh, the Desert Cobra Pack. I don't know. Like, when I saw Origins and I saw what they were trying to do, I like Egypt. I've always liked Egypt. I love the gods in Egypt. I love, learning about the culture. I think it was really interesting. But it's an Assassin's Creed game. So I don't know how well any of it's really going to translate. I mean, it'll be interesting to learn about the history stuff, and you bet your ass, I bet Cleopatra shows up just because they have to have a famous name in there.
I need you to kill. Okay, cool. All right, thanks. And that's it.
And you still won't get to have sex with her.
See, I'm with Anthony.
Well, that's because you're gonna do all this stuff, and then they're gonna tease her sexuality probably because it's Ubisoft and it's Egypt, so gotta get them little kids on there.
He just threw that out there like it was something we were all expecting or wanting.
Well, that's what that's what they're gonna do. They're done with that stuff.
Yeah. God.
I don't know that. I haven't played one in forever.
Dude, they've always done that.
Not a single one has a negative reputation on Steam, except for like the expansions for Syndicate. No, all of them are thumbs up.
Assassin's Creed to me,
like over 70%. Oh nope, that's another expansion. Only the expansions are getting thumbs down.
Assassin's Creed to me, like, will forever in my mind, when I associate the franchise with like a picture, it'll be of that one of their characters. Their face is just gone, and it's just like the eyeballs.
No, those are terrible.
I was like, that is what you will be remembered as a franchise.
That was the one I always wanted to play. But
Yeah, I think that was Unity. I think it was whatever the one that was set in like whatever Assassin's Creed was set in France.
Right. God, yeah. I just remember watching like gameplays and like where it would glitch, and that was like the entire video. We're just like, okay, well now we have content.
There was the third one where the boat would like or fourth one where Black Flag, where the ocean would drop one way, which would cause the boat model to float up the other direction, and so you were just like stuck in the middle of the ocean.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
That's fine.
Gosh. Well, so now we got to do our weekly Fortnite versus PUBG discussion.
Fortnite, that's 7 million
7
active
million,
users,
yeah.
I believe.
So I have not played any more PUBG. I have not played Fortnite. I'm sorry.
I still haven't played Fortnite.
I think when PUBG comes to Xbox One, I'm definitely going to be playing that a lot more.
It came to PS4, I think, didn't it? I think I just saw something that was coming to PS4 like
eventually
really soon.
it will.
No, it's exclusive to Xbox for a period of time, minimum, and they're trying to expand that to forever.
But yeah, so
7 million. That's crazy.
Halfway there. You have to remember some of those are its base mode, whatever that's supposed to be.
It's not just the Battle Royale mode?
Yeah.
Well, so it's 7 million just for the Battle Royale?
No, it's 7 million users for Fortnite.
Okay.
It's the same game, so you can't divide the statistics.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. I don't know. It's kind of cool to see a company kind of, I don't know, jack someone else's property, but I feel like that's just always kind of been how gaming works to begin with, is people see other ideas in other games and say, I'm going to try and make that better.
Oh, no, this isn't even... So this is the big factor in that, though. It's not seeing something else and, like, taking influence. It's straight up stolen. Like, there's even... The map's the same. I just found it. So in the middle of PUBG, there's a crashed plane, like the plane you jump out of.
Yeah.
Oh, in the middle of Fortnite, there's a crashed sky bus, the bus you jump out of. It's like they went out of their way to like snarkily steal stuff and like shove it in their face. So I mean, when I first heard about like PUBG, like, oh, we're gonna sue you, I thought it was ridiculous. Now I'm just like, you know what, guys, you should, because this is
really
it's a blatant ripoff in every way, shape, and form outside of the crafting part of it. I mean, even their loading is even their loading is the same. You're on an island near the island, just right off the map, running around, unable to kill anyone, but you can still shoot at people
with guns laid out.
Yeah, that's like it's a little ridiculous in my opinion. I mean, I still play it, but that's because it's on console. And you have to remember, they only hit 7 million with free to play, so that's with 2 consoles involved in it. So, I mean, PUBG sold 15 million on Steam alone. That's insane.
Yeah. In terms of who's ready to lawyer up, I'm pretty sure PUBG will have the capital to back
It's
up
still
claims.
funny. So, Epic, that makes Fortnite, makes the Unreal Engine that PUBG runs in. and they're now making upgrades that would better accommodate these large-scale games because of their Fortnite, which will help PUBG even more.
That's funny.
But yeah, there's the update. Star Wars.
The update. Now back to other Star Wars news.
Tomorrow, Monday Night Football. I think Mark Hamill tweeted about this like a month ago, too.
I love Mark Hamill. Anyways, new Star Wars trailer is coming out. This was tweeted hours ago by whatever.
That's right, we're breaking this news.
Abrams.
But this is coming out.
We're breaking this news.
2 days after the trailer, this will come out, so.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But let's just pretend for a moment that we are we have our fingers on the pulse of Star Wars news. Breaking Star Wars news. So I wanted to play predictions for this.
Sure.
Okay, so let's take a guess as to how long that trailer is going to be. And let's take another guess on how much is going to be revealed to us.
Is this for Battlefront 2? Right.
No,
this
this
is
is
for
for the movie. We covered this.
Yes.
As you see, it is still very early. It is currently 9:41 a.m. Sunday.
Predictions.
Soren is not quite getting the gist. So episode 8 is what we're discussing for the upteenth time. Yeah. So predictions, time, what we think.
90 seconds.
90.
90.
Boy,
2 minutes.
I think it was gonna be closer to 3.
You're gonna buy 3 minutes in the middle of Monday Night Football prime time.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going to interrupt that game, and they're going to just show it one time, and then there might be like an All-State ad or something.
I'm saying they go really cheap, otherwise they would have premiered it in something bigger.
Well, who's playing tomorrow night?
Well, it's football.
Let me take a look at my fantasy football.
So, while they're Googling stuff, so this is the tweet I was thinking of. Someone tweeted on the 17th of September, "Today is a great day to release the new trailer at Star Wars," and then tag Mark Hamill and John Boyega. Mark Hamill on the 19th of September said, "Watch Monday Night Football on Monday, October 9th for no reason in particular."
So Malcolm's got more of a point, I guess. It's the Vikings versus the Bears.
Oh, the Bears!
And the Vikings haven't been great since Adrian hit his kid and tore his ACL. And the Bears
they weren't really
never
great
been good.
before that was the issue.
Well, they were okay. When he was running, they were at least second in their division.
That's true.
The Bears have always been bad. The Bears have no hope ever. They're like the Jets.
Not since Mike Ditka left.
Yeah. It started doing his movie premieres.
Good.
Have you seen like how many random movies Mike Ditka's in? Just
no.
He's always in movies.
Really?
Yes.
Jesus.
He was in Kicking and Screaming.
I don't think I pay attention.
Yeah.
I just like.
There's a few other things he showed up to. It was like, oh, it's the famous Mike Ditka. But yeah. Back to predictions.
I'm
at 2:30. He's at 3, or you're at 90 and you're at 3.
I think 3. Closer to 3.
Yeah.
Who's gonna watch and time this for us? Because I refuse to watch football, so.
Okay, well, fine, but like,
it'll
be on
probably
YouTube.
watch. Yeah,
It'll be on YouTube.
yeah.
No.
And then I'll look at the thing. Yeah.
No.
I'm not gonna sit there with a fucking timer.
I'm gonna record the game.
Yeah, then I'll text everyone. It
3 minutes. Guys, I recorded the trailer.
Jesus.
We can watch it together and then
Oh my
skip
God.
through the football.
Okay. So also, this is from Polygon because why not? Star Wars: The Last Jedi tickets to go on sale tomorrow following the new trailer.
Yeah.
So
I'm not gonna buy them tomorrow, but
I probably won't either. But I'm probably gonna buy. I might pre-order them.
I will.
yeah.
We all know I'm going to
You're
have
gonna
everything.
ready.
I'm also going to tell Abby to take the day off, so.
the day.
I'm gonna ask all my friends to take the day off, and it's going to be.
I don't have any friends, so.
Oh, well, that's fine. I mean, I don't like you, so.
I know.
My mom and
You
my
make it
fiance are
abundantly
gonna go
clear.
with me. That's what we're gonna
That's
do.
like the second time I met your mom was at episode 7 premiere.
Yeah.
They were directly in front of us in line.
That's nice. That's good.
My mom was so freaking pumped for that movie.
So pumped.
Except for we can't take lightsabers to this theater.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a bummer.
Yeah.
There could be a gun in it.
It's
That's
true.
why.
There could be a gun in it.
Yeah. Or they got mad because when they redid episode 1 in the 3D, like It was like 2013. They re-released it in 3D. They were supposed to do the whole prequel for some reason, and then realized, ooh, that bombed. Bad idea. There was a kid in the front row, like, waving his lightsaber, and they wouldn't, like, ask him to leave or anything. Like, the whole movie, we were all just watching this kid, and then there was, like, a verbal altercation from, like... I was at the top, and the guy next to me, who was in the top corner, was screaming down to the front row in the middle of the movie at this woman to get her kid the F out of this theater. So we could enjoy, galactic trade law and the such. Which, might be making a comeback. That's my hope and prediction, is that Episode 8 gives us an update where the tax law went after the Empire took over and kind of rectifies that plot point. Because that was always the highlight to me.
When you listen to, like, Star Wars books, they always talk about, like, the intricacies of the Galactic Senate. And,
I mean, that's how he took over the galaxy.
Yeah. The whole
his whole
the Darth
plot,
Sidious, the Darth Plagueis book.
Yes,
is nothing but Star Wars politics. If you want a book about politics, that has nothing to do.
We
with
highly
anything.
recommend this political. Yeah. It's actually very good.
It's so good.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite books too. It is fucking intense.
Because there's some like real like revelations and shit there. Like you're like, wow, Palpatine is a bastard.
Wait, was it? I think I'm getting mixed up now. Plagueis was Palpatine's master?
Yes.
I thought it was Tyrannus. No, Tyrannus was...
Count Dooku.
Count Dooku.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was his dark.
Sorry, I block out that whole...
Dooku had like 3 different names, so it was fine.
And they never straight up say it. They always kind of beat around the bush.
Right.
For a while, it took me to figure out that Master Sifo-Dyas was Dooku's master. That they...
Did you know, I believe Dooku was... Yoda's last Padawan.
Yes.
And then also Qui-Gon's master, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure.
Oh, real quick. Obi-Wan movie. Is anyone else excited about this? Ewan McGregor coming back?
Absolutely.
So exciting. It's as confirmed as any of the other ones have been.
Okay. All right.
So
then, cool. Yeah.
they're gonna need a real boost after this Han Solo movie comes out. So
boy, that looks like that's in trouble.
When you fire the director and hire an acting coach for the main actor 2 weeks left in filming, we're in trouble.
We're
in panic mode. Scrap the movie, please.
Ron Howard.
No, who's playing the young Han Solo?
I don't know. I know
Google away.
Childish Gambino is Lando, right?
The young Lando.
I hope they do the Pazak that they won the Millennium Falcon in.
That would be awesome.
Alden Ehrenreich.
Yeah, it's some guy it's like some nobody. They literally hired an acting coach in the last 2 weeks of filming.
Which, you know what? I've never seen a Star Wars game on the big screen. Besides that weird, like...
The virtual chess?
Yeah, besides that one.
Yeah.
They've never really played one of those, like Sabak or Pazak or one of the other card games that they've played.
I got you. Sabak.
Oh, there's another one, too. There was that... Whatever that
Pazak.
one was
Pazak was Knights of the Old Republic.
There's Pazak... Oh, that was Knights of the Old Republic. But then there is Sabak, which
is that the virtual chess?
I don't know which one Sabak is. No, Sabak's like poker.
Okay, Sabak versus Pazak. There's the Wikipedia fandom is here.
Pazak is like one where you add different values. Pazak is like blackjack.
Yeah, it's where you're building to 21 instead of chance to 21.
And Sabak is like poker. I know, Star Wars.
No. Sabak is positive or negative 23. Sabak is the one where you're building to 23. Pazak is...
That's the poker one, I think. One of them is the poker one.
Oh my god!
Because there's like a bomb out thing, and like this, there's a pool in the middle that you have to like add to, and there's phase shifts of your cards. It's really fucking weird. The only reason I know this is because all the books on tape and the books in general describe the card scenes.
And then Pazak was
for
getting
like
to 20
3 chapters.
Yeah. So Sabak is getting to 23. Pazak is getting to 20 without going over.
Yeah, and that one's more like a poker 5-card draw kind of deal. Where the other one's more like you just add cards that are
anyways, you fucking nerds.
Hey, we're still on Star Wars.
We're still on Star Wars. Okay, so Alden Ehrenreich is playing I swear to God, we're going to get back to Star Wars 8 here in a moment.
We were still on Star Wars.
So Alden Ehrenreich is the guy who is playing the Han Solo in the new Han Solo film. Okay. They hired an acting coach for him?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, fuck. That's too bad. Because he's actually done a couple movies that I've liked. He was in Hail Caesar with
Clooney, right?
Clooney, which is the brother... Oh, God. Coen Brothers film. Thank you.
I'll get you there, John.
He played sort of a main character. He played like the cowboy. His name was like Hobie Doyle or something like that. I liked him in that. I thought that was cool. He was in the movie called Blue Jasmine with woman's name. I can't. Kate Blanchett, which was an okay movie.
She's a nice lady.
I like her, and I think she was good as Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah.
God bless America.
Okay.
Why can't I remember anything?
Chris Miller and Phil Lord
Galadriel
were the directors. And
Yes.
producers, and they're the ones who left.
Yes.
And then there was reports that after they left, there was a lot of different reasons why. There's like growing divide between them. After they left, they were worried about that dude's performance. So they hired an acting coach for him.
Yikes.
That's embarrassing.
That's a little bit, but
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're just trying to save it.
As an actor, to have an acting coach be hired for your part, that does not leave much hope for that film.
It's now they have Ron Howard directing, which I really like Ron Howard, and I feel like he's very capable. Man, this has such a great cast. I want it to succeed.
I think it's a dumb idea to start with.
Really?
I think the whole So, I mean, you just had so many other options.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would have been happy with Yoda, but I don't think they should do that.
No.
But I think people would have been more excited about that
Sure.
than Han Solo. Boba Fett. Just do a Bounty Hunters movie. Throw out IG-88. Throw out all those guys together. Dengar, yes.
Oh,
the most intimidating looking bounty hunter of all.
I mean, I don't know the lore on them.
No,
but I think a couple of them are still alive at that point.
Probably.
In terms of, but it's a new
they
universe
are,
too,
but
so it's like a.
You could have done a Bounty Hunters movie, like establishing each of those, because there's a lot of comics.
Man,
on that.
even
You could have done the Darth Vader comics into a movie, because the Darth Vader comics
are crazy.
Are so
crazy.
Good. I have them, have not read them.
They're great.
They're just some of my favorite comic series.
I hear they're very good.
You could have done anything with Qui-Gon and Obi before those ones.
Well, I think what would have been really cool is Inferno Squad. Doing that instead of doing it just for Battlefront, actually doing a short movie.
I think they may have been worried, and I have no idea, obviously, that it would come off a little too much like Rogue One, like doing too many movies in the same vein as Rogue One.
This is our what are we, sort of Suicide Squad?
I just felt like you have all those, and instead you go on to a movie where you have to cast someone that you know right away is going to be critiqued on the fact that they're not going to look like Harrison Ford at all.
Yeah.
Then you're not going to give them satisfactory performance because they're going to be based off Harrison Ford's performance.
Yeah.
And then, so why put anyone in that situation?
Yeah.
Okay,
but they have such an amazing cast. It's Emilia Clarke. Not sure she's a great actress. She's very good as Daenerys. Donald Glover's in there. Paul Bettany, Woody Harrelson, Danny Newton from Westworld. She plays
the person. I can't help you on this one. I'm sorry.
God.
Is it the
Maeve?
Yeah,
Plays Maeve.
The main.
Warwick Davis, the little person.
God damn.
He played. He plays
Willow.
Ewok. Yes, thank you. I think he played Wicket.
Yeah. He also played himself in Life's Too Short with Ricky Gervais, which was such a good movie.
It was
such a good series.
Yes, oh my god.
They had that one with Val Kilmer shows up, and every time he shows up, he's wearing more of the Batman outfit, and it's the Batman, Christian Bale. No, the one before that. I don't know. And then Val Kilmer, every time he shows up, he's just wearing more of his suit.
Yes.
It was okay. Sorry,
That's
back to Star Wars.
Because actually, that show is amazing. It ended too soon. Anyway.
All of Ricky Gervais shows.
They do. It's like, dang.
That's his thing. He doesn't overstay his welcome.
I think that I think the spinoff is going to give the Star Wars fans at bare minimum, a Star Wars film that's going to entertain them. But it's not going to be anything like the main episodes, and I don't even think it's going to be like Rogue One, because this is not like... What I liked about Rogue One was it was a spin-off movie that gave more context to the other movies.
Absolutely.
And I don't think that this spin-off movie is going to give much context to the overall story, but it's going to give you more intricacies about Han Solo's character.
Yeah.
But he, as a young person, isn't going to be... hardened and experienced enough where the things that will affect him in that movie are going to have really any real ramification to his decision to help him kill himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
With his son.
Because, like, you know, when we first meet, you know, Han Solo, he is an ass,
and he's 18 already. In that movie, he's not 18. He's like a couple years older than Luke, and Luke's like 18 or something like that. He's really fucking young. Like, is
he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And yes, he is very young, because after that they'd spend like 40 years doing stuff.
I guess they don't.
After New Hope, yeah, the expanding universe goes for 40 years.
Okay.
And so he's got to be somewhere in his 20s when he meets Luke for the first time.
Yeah, probably in his, yeah.
There are tables that help us with this. He's 29.
29?
In episode 4.
Oh, okay.
A little older then.
Pretty old.
29 though, but for humans in that era is not like they're living to 100 and past then at that point.
Based on what?
Just the longevity of the
technology,
back to tanks and all that stuff.
You're not giving any reference for this. I'm not understanding what.
I'm saying 29 is a younger age in the Star Wars universe.
I'm just saying he was 63 in episode 7, and he looked like he was about to keel over and die. Coincidentally, he did keel over and die.
Not as much
naturally.
Not as much as Leia, but.
Okay, that's where she was 10 years younger than him in that movie. So.
Rip.
Man. Christ.
But yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So I mean, either way, I'm gonna see this Han Solo film.
Yeah,
it might be kind of a train wreck. That was everyone's kind of like response to Rogue One. I really enjoyed Rogue One.
Really, I along with a lot of people that I've spoken to, at least, kind of concluded it's one of the best Star Wars movies made.
Oh,
like I feel like that was kind of the reaction online too.
Yeah, I thought I enjoyed it too.
Everyone I kind of talked to just were like, meh.
I think all the Star Wars, like hardcore Star Wars fans most of my friends are big nerds too. They loved it to death, and most of them also didn't like number 7 as much. Which is
I liked 7 a lot.
I liked 7.
I
liked both of them equally. I need another third movie to truly know. Like, all right, then I think this one probably is the better one.
I like 7 for the fact that it had to reintroduce everyone. So the people who don't like it were because like, oh, it was episode 4. It's like, okay, but episode 4, keep in mind, came out was at this point like 40 years ago. When did it? 79, right?
79. Now this is the part where we Google
80s.
things.
I think
86.
1977, May 25th.
77?
I knew that part.
Oh.
Yeah, 86 is when like the last one came out, and then it skipped a long time, and then episode 1 came out in like 1999.
Look at all these computers! Look at all these droids I'm able to put on screen.
Ah, it's so fun.
That's
my favorite thing, because you said all your friends are like big nerds and love the movies. My favorite thing about Rogue One were all the people who didn't know that everyone was going to die at the end.
Yeah,
like,
it's just like
going through, you kind of knew what this was about, and if you were a Star Wars fan,
Squad?
I'm gonna. That's great. Oh, that's a
title
quip in there.
Title
yeah.
right
What is
there.
this? Suicide Squad? Yeah. But no. I think like because everyone not knowing it when they died at the end, it was just like. I know you don't like Star Wars, but
cheer it way. What are we? Right.
Everyone was like, oh, it was so emotional at the end. I was like, yeah, if you didn't prepare yourself for it, yeah, I could see how that's a little emotional. But when you know something's going to happen for 3 hours, you're kind of not very fazed by it when it actually happens.
A
lot of good
I was glad.
Information.
I was glad that it was a self-contained story.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And that everyone's dead. Well, I hate that, but also, like, it just makes
Moving
sense.
And they gave you Darth Vader as Darth Vader for the only time ever.
Man, that was so
You,
cool.
true.
you only ever see Darth Vader as Darth Vader on screen
One
once,
time.
and that's him.
Yes.
That's true.
You see very old Darth Vader
And
and
new, barely
sad,
at all, yeah.
emo,
No!
screamy Darth Vader. And the comic books give you badass Darth Vader
Yeah.
to fill in the blanks.
Yeah. The first time, watching him on screen was the first time you ever saw Darth Vader as, like, that badass, amazing Sith Lord.
Like, that was the first time, like, I felt dread.
That's
Darth Vader.
That's the first time I actually thought that everything my mom or anyone else talked about Darth Vader lived up to the expectations, because our generation were the people who were like, fucking Darth Maul is cool, because he actually was. He did those cool flips and shit with his double red lightsaber, and everyone was like, yeah. But Darth Vader was just always that mechanical stiff guy that was like, I'm intimidating, and that's about all I got.
Yeah, but you don't know all my clout that I have.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm a big deal.
Yeah.
And then they were like, I am a big deal. Just shoved his red blade.
Man, that was just the best, like, tension building.
Boy.
So, kind of moving back, they just released a new book from Star Wars. It's called A Certain Viewpoint. Yeah, you guys have heard the 40 different stories. Han Solo stole Greedo's girlfriend. That's why Greedo hates him so much. That is from the new book, ladies and gentlemen. That is the kind of backstory you can expect.
That's the canon I want!
Yeah. You can expect that kind of stuff to continue on in the Han Solo movie that no one asked for.
Have you read a canon book?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
Which ones you read?
I read the two that came out. The ones that are filling the void between... there's the one about Wedge, and then there's one... It's like something falling star or some... The two that are filling the void between the 6th and 7th movie.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's take a look at all the ones that I've read that are currently canon. So I'm going all the way back in my...
Because I'm pretty sure I haven't read a single canon book.
I've read Catalyst, which was a Rogue One story. The prequel, if you will, to Rogue One. Sets the scene with, like...
Prequel to the prequel?
Yes. Sets up, like, Galen Erso, like, what they're doing, all this stuff. The saddest part of that book, sorry, I'm going to...
Go for it.
Was, like, okay. It was, like, the moment where Galen and his wife realize...
They're fucked.
They're fucked, but, like... So he's, like, inventing the Death Star, and they realize where all these kyber crystals are coming from. They're coming from the fucking lightsabers of dead fucking Jedi. And they're like...
Oh.
Yeah, the kyber mines were all stripped.
They're pretty stripped. And, like, so, like, the ones that they would use to, like, test and do these lasers, they're like...
Were all lightsabers from...
Oh, these are very small, tiny kyber crystals.
Huh.
So it's like at that point they were just like, we need to get the fuck out of here. This is some bad shit.
So when Vader's off, like, collecting Jedi braids,
here you go, just like dropping
crystals.
It's crazy.
Left and right.
So I did that one, and then I read Tarkin.
That's a good one.
That was very good. I enjoyed that one quite a bit. I started to read Star Wars Ahsoka. So like, what happened to her after she?
Anything to do with her?
I think she could be such a cool character, but God, I just don't care enough. Have you guys seen Star Wars Rebels on?
Yeah,
no.
I've seen like the first couple seasons. I saw like the first season, wasn't into it. Kept up with the second one through the wiki, and then the third one I watched like mainly the cool scenes of the third season, because the third season was fucking insane actually.
Yeah.
When they brought Ahsoka back, and there was Darth Maul, and there was like the Inquisitors and Darth Vader's scene.
The show gets pretty crazy.
Yeah.
There are like a lot of filler things. It's like, wow, I don't care about this.
Yeah.
But then there was like cool like little like revelations, like you learn more about like the Force and like what happened to all these Jedi and like all the, I don't know, just different cool things. The highlight of the series so far, spoilers, I don't think anyone's going to watch this, but it was like Darth Maul returned and like he's out to kill Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And so he goes like Tatooine and like he's there with the main character, Ezra Bridger or whatever. And
Ezra's like Star Killer, but not Star Killer, but we're trying to like allude
trying to
Star
figure out
Killer,
like
but he's not Star Killer.
Who he's going to be.
Yeah.
I think they all die.
I think so too.
Yeah.
They're pretty useless characters,
honestly. Anyway, so then there's like this quote unquote lightsaber battle between Obi-Wan and Darth Maul, and I'm like, the showdown of the century. They're ready to go.
Yeah.
And then Obi-Wan just like deflects his shit and then fucking stabs him, and then
It was like Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader at that point. Like that's how I felt. The same lackluster.
I was very let down. Anyways, it's a good show because every once in a while it's like, oh, they added something new. Now I understand that better, and I don't know, but so yeah. So is there anything else I'm reading? I'm trying to get through Thrawn right now by Timothy Zahn, the new one, and I'm also reading Phasma, or listening to rather Phasma, Delilah S. Dawson. It's not bad. It's yeah.
She's apparently supposed to be redeemed. Because
Yeah.
I guess the cuts they made, the big cuts were to Phasma, and I think it sounded like other people in Marvel, or Disney, sorry. I call it Marvel, like Marvel owns Disney. Wrong
Well,
way.
I mean,
but those people were just as upset by the reception and realized, in fact, we did kind of make her seem like a major character, and now she's gone.
Yeah.
yeah.
Doesn't she end up jumping? The number of people who jump down garbage chutes in the Star Wars movie is absolutely astounding.
Yeah, I think they threw her down.
Like
we never get to see it.
they
though.
really need to just narrow those garbage chutes because that seems like a real safety issue.
compactor levels there are in like all the other like GameCube Star Wars
Yeah.
games. Like,
Every
God.
time you see, like, there's always at least one you can
they
jump
love
down.
it.
It's
They
too much.
love it.
Literally, there's a
best
level
thing George gave
in
us.
Jedi Outcast
Mm-hmm.
and in Jedi Academy where you go to the garbage section.
Yep.
No, and you know, at this point, for how many people who are like, yeah, I got in through the garbage chute, you'd think they'd do something to like protect their garbage,
Yeah.
like
you'd think.
anything at all, but they don't.
Yeah,
They
it's
don't.
just such a.
But I guess they put weird tentacle monsters in there with eyes.
Yeah. Okay, boys. I want predictions.
For the movie,
For the
I
trailer,
think
Star Wars 8.
I think Donald Glover's gonna die.
No, Star Wars 8.
I know.
I was like, Jesus.
Oh,
Like,
I thought we were talking about the spinoff.
God.
Star Wars 8. Oh, and Donald Glover can't die because it's a prequel. Just
And it's
that was the
Lando,
joke.
so yeah.
And it's-
Yeah. Okay, Soren, come on now.
So 2 minutes and 30 seconds for me for
Okay.
time.
Okay.
I think they're gonna turn on Rey's lightsaber a couple times.
Okay.
Luke's gonna get super depressing about being a great Jedi now.
Grey Jedi aren't canon.
You're going to make it.
You're gonna see. So Kylo Ren's supposed to have like a new mask for this movie, or like a different mask for this movie.
Okay.
So Revan comes back, and I think, at least not with the trailer, maybe, but at least in the movie, they're going to talk about some Snoke shit, which will be interesting. I hope they show something in the movie that alludes to any sort of origin of Snoke,
Yeah.
but I know they won't for the trailer.
Yeah.
And I'm still even kind of reserved on if they're going to do that for episode 8 anyway.
Okay.
Okay. One, they returned on Rey's lightsaber in the teaser. So good try there, Soren.
Good.
They're going to turn
I'm-
on more, though.
I'm coming
They
as
gotta,
prediction.
they gotta solidify. She's now a Jedi. It's been a month.
Kylo Ren gets Sith eyes. It's been a rumor that he was going to get the yellow Sith eyes. I'm saying they do it in the trailer. I'm saying they bring in the Knights of Ren. We see them in the trailer.
Okay.
90 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
All that's about to
Knights of
happen.
Ren.
Sith
Weird.
eyes.
Yeah, I see that. And,
I think they're going to show more of the bad guys than the good people. I think they did.
and who
Trailer one
who
showed
are the Knights of Ren?
They are basic. So it's in Luke's new academy. He was training a bunch of people. Kylo and these other, I'm assuming kids. I'm assuming they were all around the same age.
Children.
Yes, were corrupted. Basically, the story of Han, Jada, and what's Han and Leia's son's name?
Anakin
Ben?
or
Ben.
No,
Where he gets-
no. Ben is Luke's kid. Jaina and Jason.
Yeah. So whichever one gets by Darth Nihilus or whatever in the Jedi Academy in the offshoot books. There's an offshoot where they get corrupted by the spirit of an old.
Darth Nihilus.
It's not Nihilus. Nihilus
Okay.
is from Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay.
They get corrupted by the spirit. I think basically the same thing happened. They
Probably
get corrupted through the dark side.
Naga Sadao or one of those.
I think it was
fucking
Kuhn.
huge people.
Yeah.
They already did a thing where Exar like takes over. Yeah.
Basically the same thing happened to these kids, and they don't think Luke's teaching them right, so they kill... They're the ones... That flashback that she sees when she grabs lightsaber, that's the Knights of Ren destroying the Jedi Academy.
Interesting.
And they kill all the other Padawans.
That would be cool to see. Like it wasn't really Ben's fault the whole time, and that would be cool because they don't do a lot of mystical Force shit on screen with like the lore like that of like the older Sith Lords and stuff like that. So if the reason why he's such a dick now and killed his dad is because Naga Sadao or Frida Nat are possessing his body.
And I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of crazy, dumb Star Wars Sith Lord people, and that'd be cool. It would be nice to know that it's not his fault, you know?
That being said, I don't think they're going to do that.
I don't think so either, and it's going to be his choices, and at the end he'll get redeemed like the fucking book, but it's just... what's the motive of him hating his family yet? We haven't even seen that. Why did he...
There's 2 movies left.
I know, but just... I don't like starting halfway in. I like seeing the fall. That's like the most interesting thing to me.
Yeah.
Well, it follows the same pattern as every trilogy.
It is, I guess. Yeah.
I loved her. Can I bring her back to life with
Yeah.
Dark Force?
No, so I'll kill her instead.
No.
Force choke.
Yeah.
And it seems in your anger you killed her.
Maybe this will be the first time they don't redeem anyone.
Yeah. Okay, so here's my predictions for this.
Do it.
Enter end. It's gonna just Star Wars is gonna flash on the screen.
The whole trailer.
It's gonna and then it's just gonna be this very solemn Star Wars music, and it's just gonna be like you're just gonna kind of like see like Luke's face like half like lit up and like half dark, and it'll be very symbolic, and he's gonna like start like this narration, and it'll be like his narration will be over Rey like training and like other shit that's like happening, and Poe Dameron's face is like and then John Boyega's face is like and then like just all these things like they're watching something, and then that'll be his narrative. He'll just talk about like light versus dark and all this stuff, and then the next half, or maybe even interspliced between his like narration, you're gonna hear Snoke's voice. This is my dream. This is not correct, but you're going to hear Snoke offering a counter narrative to like what he's saying. Again, kind of mirroring, like talking about like this like light versus dark like thing, and instead it will show like faces from like the First Order or whatever. So it'll be Kylo Ren, it'll be Phasma, it'll be Hux, and it'll just talk about like these dueling forces, and that is my hope and dream, but that won't happen.
So, because this was such oddly specific, I decided to Google and see if there's any leaks to see. They're saying Snoke and his Sith artifacts predate the prequel trilogy.
Oh.
Yes. Okay, so let's get on to Snoke for a minute. Okay, so I've been like watching. Okay,
It's
also
Mace Windu, don't kid
spoilers.
yourself.
Spoilers on this. Maybe not spoilers, but they're definitely
Theories.
They are theories.
Theory alert.
Okay, so watch a lot of Star Wars YouTube theory channels because
Like Star Wars theories.
Sure.
what else am I doing with my time? So we're talking about Snoke a lot. Snoke. If you haven't seen Star Wars Episode 7, he's the new big bad. He's like you're essentially replacing Palpatine.
Yeah, new Emperor.
So towards the end of Episode 6, where Palpatine is kind of like dying or whatever, a lot of shit going on behind the scenes. I think Palpatine is like he can sense his own death coming, but there's a lot of reference to I guess it's like in the Star Wars like Aftermath books, like him sensing something out beyond like the known galaxy. Like
the Outer Rim territories.
Yeah, he can hear like a presence or something like calling to him.
The old Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like sending ships and like expeditionary forces out there because he knows something is out there. And I think all those books and those references are a reference to Snoke. And so the Star Wars theory is essentially like he's like a dark side character, obviously, that was like so powerful at one point thousands of years ago and he's been like entombed, and he can like he's like alive, but he's like slowly like regenerating. He's like a force vampire, if you will. I think that's a terrible way to put it because like it just seems gimmicky, but like he draws on like life energy and like force energy and shit, and like I think he sees Kylo as like his like means to an end. And I think that's kind of what Han Solo was like referencing, saying like, he's just using you to get what he wants, blah 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 blah. And probably like at a point when like Kylo is like, I don't know, strong enough, Snoke's just gonna be like, all right, like break his neck and then like suck his like life energy out or whatever. I don't think that's gonna happen, but I feel like that's an interesting. Theory.
Real quick, so you mentioned right before the Emperor dies, the trailer for the story mode of the campaign of Battlefront 2 with that Force robot is one of the coolest things I think in Star Wars.
Yes.
Period. It was, I don't know why, but it was one of the coolest things I've seen.
I agree.
The like Force powered robot of Sidious. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Too much for me.
And the thing's just like gliding across the floor or whatever, and like it's cool because he just had a plan for everything.
Sidious?
Yes.
Yeah.
He had a contingency for everything, and he knew. Like
the reason why he's like not a very popular Sith Lord is because he just sat in a chair the whole time.
That's all he did.
No one respects the dark side political game that he fucking orchestrated. Like, just controlling every aspect of everything.
Devastating.
Yeah.
If y'all do want to read, like, this is like more towards like people that potentially listen to this. If you do want to read, like, get into Star Wars novels, although it is a legend novel, it's not considered canon. Read fucking Plagueis. My God, it's just.
Well, okay. So on your like predictions for like Snoke's origin, there is a huge empire, somewhat remnants of.
Okay.
If they want to do that. From the old Republic era, like, they had a huge war and shit, and, like, things didn't really, like... You don't know what else is out in the Outer Rim. Like, that's kind of the whole point. And, like, So, when Jason Solo dies, the book series after that, which I don't remember... It's basically when Luke gets exiled, and, like, everyone's like, it's the Jedi's fault, because they're Jedi, and they're the only other people who would attract Sith, so just by having them around, we have issues. So they exile him, and he goes out to the Outer Rim because there's this threat, this like ominous threat of like this dude in like black armor and shit. So he's gonna go out to the Outer Rim and find this guy. So I think Snoke's like that dark. Oh, and then also during this entire time, like literally the entire like most Star Wars things happen, the Lost Tribe of the Sith is just chilling. There's just one section of Sith who's like, we're just going to wait. And they just wait it out until, like, for years. So also, like, they have, like, different things they can pull from. So I think Snoke is going to be a leader of one of these various factions of Sith that they have in the universe. They're just waiting to come out. So I don't think Snoke is actually related to anyone that's canon right now, but I also don't think that he's going to be related to anyone. Like, I think he's just his own fucking thing.
Absolutely.
And I don't think, like, his origin stories are going to make anyone happy.
They probably won't.
I wish the Mace Windu thing was real because that's really cool.
That would be
really cool.
I got fucking betrayed.
And, well, part of it is he was so close to the dark side anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
That, like, it would make sense that he would just fall over. But he did have that weird devotion to... I gotta make sure that order's up, so I don't think he'd betray it that easily, but he did get his ass beat by the Chosen One, which is probably an emotional hit, too.
Yeah, he's like, fuck. His face is like all sliced.
He was like, I was right, I should have fucking killed that kid forever.
God.
But I don't know. I think
we probably shouldn't train him.
Yeah.
Yoda's like,
that whole thing.
Yoda's like, fuck it, let's do it.
What did I say? And his hand's gone. But what do you think about Snoke?
I got nothing.
It's to me, like, his character...
I say they don't touch his origin. I say they just let it be.
I think so too, because he could also just as well be a clone. Like, he could be a clone.
I think it'd be better if they don't write his origin in the movies.
Yeah.
They don't have enough time.
I don't know. I would love to see, after they're kind of done... a Reborn movie.
I like the thing that you just said where he's like a clone.
That was one of the big things. Sidious had like 27 clones made of him.
More than that, they had a whole army of Reborns.
Well, what?
Yeah, and most of them were considered like defective though.
Yeah.
Like only a few were actual clones.
Yeah.
What if? Okay, sorry.
Because then in Outcast, the whole story is that you're fighting another Sith Lord who found these vats of clones at Camino or some cloning facility of just Sidious.
I wonder if
they were like reduced down within hybrid chips or whatever, so they were just like Sith warriors basically.
New theory.
You heard it here.
Luke Skywalker.
He's a great Jedi.
Knowing that
Not canon.
the previous ways of the Jedi and like their arrogance and everything was like their downfall. This kind of goes back to him being like a great Jedi, like kind of like a Mace Windu style. Thinks that people should be versed, sort of, in both sides of like the Force. So like Jedi ways, some Sith ways. He thinks like do both of those things. He inadvertently he doesn't know how to train people correctly. And so Kylo Ren is a bad batch. Him and the Knights of Ren are a bad batch. And like maybe they eventually learned about like ancient like Sith or something like that. And so not that like Snoke is like a Sith, or like maybe they learned about ancient like warriors of like the Force or some shit, and like maybe Snoke is like a remnant of that. Alright, and maybe they like found like where he was like buried, the Knights of Ren or something like that did, and they cloned him. I
think the Knights of Ren were corrupted by him.
Yeah,
I think that's been confirmed. I think it's been confirmed.
Okay.
But also, like...
That's why I say if they say anything and they do a cop-out, he's just some Dark Lord who contacted the Knights of Ren.
Yeah, I think that's how it should be, and in Episode 8, they should set it up for more movies, which they will, they will.
This would be
and they'll allude to, like, another faction that Snoke is from. Like, Snoke was an evil, but he was being puppeted by other people. Which is literally what the Lost Tribe does. Like, the reason why Jason Solo did his whole thing is because other people were trying to corrupt him and make it so that that attention wouldn't be drawn on them. So like literally, Star Wars has always been about deception and that kind of thing, and starting whole wars just because you want to become president or whatever. And so just to see like that sort of same narrative, because they haven't really done that with this one, like, oh, there's this evil person. It's always been whoever's at the top has been like the most evil, but imagine if there's another organization above that person who's really doing this, and then they get to explore that fun stuff as Rey and the rest of them do their thing. But one thing I was thinking about was how much of a bitch Luke Skywalker is now. You know how cool he was in the expanded universe? And all like he was this Grand Master who did all these crazy things, and now he's just this dude who's like, well, I fucked up hard, and I'm just gonna go chill and think about that.
You don't know that. You know that he did. That's
but
the
there
last
are other
thing he
Jedi.
did.
Yeah, but there are other Jedi in the world in the current universe who show the antithesis of him being a good teacher. It's just right now all we know is that Luke Skywalker could be a bad teacher.
Well. All his students were massacred. That's why he disappeared. That's why there's no other Jedi. They were attacked by a group of Sith.
Okay.
The Knights of Ren
killed all his
Yes,
students.
the flashback where everyone's dead and it's just Luke and there's a group of like 6 people coming at him. That is the Knights of Ren killing everyone.
Was that flashback when she touched the lightsaber?
Yes.
Okay.
And Ewan McGregor's voice came in.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't remember.
Soothed
that one.
you. That's probably why.
I don't think Rey's related to anyone.
I hope not.
I think she was going to be a potential member of Luke's.
I think she has to be.
They've passed misinformation around everything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the whole trilogy is based around the Skywalker family. So
I don't think
unless Luke becomes the main character, that doesn't make sense.
I think she was a potential like trainee or something of Luke's academy, but then shit went fucking south, and whoever was going to like put her there, her family, who could just be random ass fucking people, were like, oh, maybe we should fucking hide her on this fucking
But I don't know. Regardless of all these fun Star Wars theories,
This theory says that Kylo dropped off Rey. I'm not saying anything about the Millennium Falcon.
Okay, I'm going on Star Wars leaks on Reddit. All right, now we're going back. Hey, we're back. We had to watch a clip and discover that it was the fact that not the Millennium Falcon that did that.
Which sucks because
it's okay, Soren.
Yeah, because if it was Millennium Falcon, then it's just Rey's like Han Solo's and Leia's kid, and that makes more sense on why Ben would, or it's Ben now because fuck them, they don't want Luke to have a kid.
Yeah,
but Ben Solo turned on the family, so I figured like they hid Rey as like a secret weapon like they did with Luke and Leia again, but I don't know.
Let's do the
it's the beautiful thing about post.
Oh, we have an outro now? Okay, thanks.
That's it.
That's it.
No.
Wow. I thought you had an outro planned.
No, usually you say like that's been...
Oh. This is my cue. Okay, well, thank you for listening to Podsville. I think we got to most everything. We'll talk about Blade Runner 2049 later, because none of us have seen it yet. And also we talked about Star Wars for a really, really long time. Thank you for listening.
Wubba wubba dub dub.